Hey, hi all, welcome back to BRR Knowledge Center. In this today's session, we are going to talk about link you to XML concept. So in previous sessions, we talk about link you on arrays and collections and objects. Now, how we are going to access XML data from XML files or XML strings, and then how we are going to apply a link you query operators on this particular XML data. So LinkQ to XML offers easy accessibility to all LinkQ functionalities like standard query operators, like filtering of data, fetching of data, and grouping of data, right? As like programming interfaces, how we are using it. So same thing can be done on your XML data using this LinkQ syntax. Okay, so LinkQ to XML has its power, right, and available methods in system.xml.linkto namespace. So we have to import that particular namespace as part of, right, using a linkto to XML. Okay, so let me tell you, linkto to XML, okay, offers easy accessibility to all easy accessibility to all a LinkQ, right, functionalities like standard query operators. Here, query operators. So link you to XML has, right, its power in the system.xml.linkU namespace. So we have to use system.xml.linkU namespace to work with XMLs. Okay. So this namespace, that is system.xml.linkU namespace, is having around, right, 19 necessary classes to interact with XML data. Okay, so the example is, if you want to get the data from XML file, we need to have XML file, or we need to have XML string instead of your .NET language. str XML equal to, right? So let us say that I have some XML departments. Instead of that, I'm having department account. It is closed, right? And again, I'll have another department finance. Again, it has to be closed. And then finally, you have to close your department's parent tag, right? So as I told you in last class, XML is, right, extensible markup language. Extensible markup language. It is used to store data and transform data over the network. It is the industry standard to keep and process data, especially in services or web APIs. XML is node-based syntax, and every node is going to have end node or end element or end tag. When it comes to HTML, right, it is error-free language. That means no need of closing a tag or node. But when it comes to XML, we must close the end tag. We must have end tag. Okay, so coming to our regular topic, if you want to create right? XML object, we have to use system.xml.link to namespace. In the same time, we have to convert the string or XML file into XML DOM object. For this, we are going to use xDocument class. I'm going to create object for this, and then I'm going to pass the string to xDocument here XML, so that this XML obj is going to have this string in XML DOM object, so that I can directly apply my LINQ queries. Okay, let us see in Visual Studio. Let me clear this. Okay, I'm going to clear this. So I'm going to define a string here, str departments equal to, this time I'm going to use @ character, which basically format my string. Okay, this is a Webitum character which is going to alert to a CLR saying that it is a string format and keep the multiple lines into a string. Okay, so that it can be considered as a string when I have a @ character. Departments. Okay, and inside of this I'm going to have department account. This is going to close here. Okay, and I'm going to have another department. Okay, and similarly I'm going to have multiple departments this way. Okay, and finally I'm going to close my parent node, that is departments. Okay, is this clear? If I'm not going to use @ character, right, I should use plus symbol to concatenate all these strings. Clear? So instead of going to use plus and multiple times double quotes, I'll simply use @ character, so that it is going to consider the entire string into, right, entire these multiple lines into a string. Okay, so as part of LINQ, we need to prepare data source and then we need to write LINQ query, right? If you want to prepare a data source, it should be an object. It should be an object. Here it is a string. How to convert the XML string into an object? So for that, I'm going to use xDocument XML obj equal to new xDocument. XML obj equal to xDocument dot parse. Here we have two methods, that is parse and load. You can see here I have parse and load. Load basically allow a path, URI path of your XML. That means if you have XML file outside of your program, or if you have XML content in the file, you use load method. If you have XML like this in the string variable, you need to use a parse. If you can see parse syntax, it is accepting text and string format. When it comes to load, it is allowing to provide a path of your XML. Okay, that means you have to create XML here, like just adding of item, and choose your XML file here. Go to data and you will choose XML and you give XML file here. Here I have already having one XML, right? This way, this is starting coming up with the XML version, and encoding is by default UTF-8, Unicode text format, which is going to allow 8 bits, which supports ASCII format. And here I'm going to have my data. If you want to use this particular thing, you need to use this particular path. Okay, and go to your program, and here, right, let me comment this, XML obj equal to, okay, new of xDocument of, sorry, not new, xDocument dot load. This time I'm going to use a load, and here I'm going to pass my XML path so that it will convert into XML DOM object. Then I'm going to print my data. XML obj dot toString. Let's see what it is printing. Let us run this and see how my file content is reading and printing. Look at here, my file content is read and printed. Human resources is not in my XML string. It is in XML file. This file I have it. Okay. This is how it is going to, read, right, the data from XML file. Okay. If you want to use XML string, you can use parse. Now you can run this so that it will read from the XML string, that is this string. Okay. And on this XML, still you can do whatever operations you want to do it. Basically, if you want to get elements, we are going to use elements. Here my parent tag is departments. This is similar to XPath. When I say descendants, right, it is going to give me, right, child list. And from here, right, I can add any node to the element here. That means if you want to add a node here, you can add node dot descendants dot, okay, where do you want add? In the first place, add of new X element, right, department, close it, and you specify the element here, engineering, okay, and then close it. Clear? Now try to print this, okay. You will be going to get the added row. Let me see this. Now I can see here, oh, oops, it is added instead of that. Let me remove this, okay. Now run this, it is going to add instead of my departments. See here, it is added in the last here. So when you add it, it is by default adding in the last. Okay. Let me check any other method I have. Okay. Select a single, skip, take to dictionary, to list, union. No, I don't have any other alternatives. So I only have a first where it is going to add, right, to the last, because one row I'm going to add it. It is by default automatically reflecting to my string. Similarly, if you want to update, right, any elements, right, still I'm going to use departments, and I'll first read one row, right. That row I'm going to keep in some variable, right, and then I'll say element dot value equal to, right, a first element value I'm going to change it to account department. This is going to update my XML first node value. Let me run this. See here, I only fetched first row, and that row I just updated. It is automatically updated. Okay. And similarly, if you want to remove, right, XML obj elements of departments of descendants dot first row dot remove. So you can directly remove XML element. Okay. So let me comment this and see this, how it is printing. See here, it has removed a first account department and then it printed the remaining elements here. This is straight away removing using dot remove. Okay. This is updating and this is adding, right? Adding element into XML, right? Updating XML element, right? This is removing XML element. Okay. Now I wanted to apply LINQ here basically. That's what my main motto here, right? So how to apply? I'm going to write result. This is query syntax equal to from, right, department in XML obj dot, this is my data source, elements of departments dot descendants, right? Select D. This is my query syntax. And coming to the method syntax, right? I'm directly using the data source dot to list. Clear? So when it comes to mixed syntax, where result, right? Mixed equal to parenthesis close department in XML obj dot elements of departments dot descendants, and then select dept dot to list. This is mixed syntax. Let's print this for each of, okay, where d in query syntax. I'm going to say console dot right line of department name equal to, right, this is d dot value. Now let's run this and see how it is displaying. Loop, it is loop through, right? It is printing my department names, right? This is something printing from where? Oh, we have still the statement, hence it is printing. Okay. You comment this, when you run this, you can see only department names is printed with the query syntax. Clear? And still you can apply whatever thing you want, like so to say order by d dot value. Okay, and see how it is going to display. It is going to display in the order A, F, H, M, sales. If I say descending, right, and say this, how it is going to display. It is going to display in the descending order: sales, marketing, HR, finance, account. Okay, and still you use where class, right? D dot value dot length greater than 4, right? Only it gets the names which are going to have 4 count more, right? Because here HR is 2 characters, it won't include it here, right? This is something you are going to apply your LINQ on XML, okay? In the simple XML string, or same thing can be applied on this particular XML file as well, okay? Only thing is the way you are creating an object to XML is different, and rest of all other operations are same using LINQ syntax. Okay, I hope it is clear, right? Thanks for listening to this video, and please subscribe this channel for more videos. Thank you.